What's going on, guys? So y'all know I'm always on the lookout for stuff that I need, survival supplies, equipment, items, whatever, that work but won't break the bank in the process. Because I think all too often we overlook perfectly usable and useful items because maybe it doesn't have the, a particular name brand behind it or whatever. Or I know firsthand people that will pass up something because of the price point that it's at. They make a highly incorrect assumption that a low price point means it's going to be crap, no matter what it is. I think they're highly wrong in that, at least has been my first-hand experience. So that said, I picked up a few things I wanted to show you guys. But first I had to have that. So, recently, like a few days ago, 5-star gear was running a little sale. So I snagged a few things to try out, and I'll just tell you up front, I just got them in. Haven't used any of them yet, but I'm going to. Just wanted to show you guys what they were, and then I'll give you more report as things progress. The cool thing is, all of it is very, very budget friendly, okay? And that's always a good thing in my book. So, little simple things sometimes that people overlook. For example, how many of you have stashed away in multiple places in your patrol pack, get home bag, bug out bag, just your fighting gear, wherever that you can think to place one? How many of you have little ubiquitous P38 can openers? I mean, there's a good chance, come a bad crisis, you might be able to come across canned foods. You may even have a lot of canned foods, but forget a can opener, lose a can opener, whatever. I apologize, thought there was a spider trying to hang off my hat, and apparently it's just some of my dog's glitter that she leaves everywhere, otherwise known as floating fur. I digress. P38 can openers. They've been around forever, and they're stupid simple, and they work. Well, 5-star gear has them, right? And you can get 6 of them. A bag of 6. Right now, they're $3.16 for a bag of 6. And it looks every bit like the ones I remember from many, many years ago. Think about how useful that could potentially be in opening up a can of food in an emergency. And 6 of them for, $3, you can stash them all over the place. They also have, which I need to get, the P51, which is a larger version of this. And those, I'll just tell you real quick, those are 6 of them for roughly $4. Again, 2 packs of those, these or the 51s, you're under $10 and you got 12 of them. You could stash them all over the place and you've always got a little can opener with you. Worth having, in my opinion. So, next up. This is a flexible water bottle. Let me see the details on here. BPA material, lightweight and flexible. It's got a label on the bottom right here that you can put a name on it, label it, whatever. Comes with a little carabiner, not the strongest in the world, but you could easily clip it onto something and it would stay. It's got a screw-off lid that has a cap on it and it's one of the you pull it and push it to seal it kind of jobs. My thoughts are on this, it could be just an extra way of carrying water on you that as you use it, it'll collapse down and not take up a lot of space. You could also have these with you, and in a pinch, if you needed containers to put water in, say you were filtering water or whatever, you can keep a bunch of these folded up, and I say a bunch, 2, 3, 4, whatever, in your pack, and then fill them up from your filter as needed, and then again, as you use them, they'll collapse down. I mean, these are all of $3.16 right now. I mean, again, kind of hard to pass that up. Next up, I snagged to try out is Weatherproof notebook. Now I've got some Ride in the Rain notebooks, so I want to see how these compare to that. It's got a thing on the outside right here. You can put a name and ID number and all that good stuff. The paper's kind of, you got your lines and then of course grids, so it's gridded off. If that is important, I don't know if that'll show up on camera or not, but so yeah. And this is a plastic front and back to it to help protect it. Again, $3. Kind of a no-brainer to try that out and see how it does. Next up, some of you will remember this if you were in the military back in the late 80s, early 90s. Everyone had this. Everyone made use of it. Your ubiquitous GI towel, brown. Military towel. $6. These look identical to the ones I remember being issued, and they're good size. It's a 85% cotton, 15% polyester material, which I really like. It means it'll dry out a little faster than 100% cotton. It's not baby soft, but it's plenty soft. All kind of uses you can do with this. You can take a field bath with it, dry off if you get wet in the rain, wiping sweat off of you, whatever, covering something up. Just lots of uses to have a cheap brown towel around. Again, $6. You can use it and abuse it and have a couple of them to do stuff with. I really like those. Here's another good one. Now, something that you should have in every pack that you've got, every backpack, patrol, get home, bug out, whatever. Grid up, grid down, doesn't matter the situation. You should have some of this. Yes, sir, that's 2 rolls of compressed biodegradable toilet paper. $2 for a 2-pack. And they are individually sealed in plastic so as to keep them dry while they're in your bag. You ever been traveling and been forced against your better judgment to have to stop at a rest station bathroom? Don't run the risk of going in there and there not being any toilet paper. Take your own. Got to be out in the woods for a while. Don't run the risk of using the wrong leaf. Take your own. I don't think I need to extrapolate more as to why having rolls of sealed toilet paper are a good idea. And for $2, I don't think you can go wrong with those either. Now, I may or may not give you a report back on that. That might not be a report that you want to hear of how well it does work or doesn't work. We'll see. What's up next on the list here? Ah, yes. So, all kind of uses for these. They have Callum light sticks, Chemlights. This is a green and a yellow. They've got green, orange, blue, red, yellow. All kind of different purposes you can use these for. These are $2 a piece, so you may or may not be able to find them better price elsewhere. I don't know. I just know these work and they're dated. So like these are best if used by ones like 2023 and right on down the line. So Chemlights should always have some of those with you so that you have a non-heat producing light source that's easy to use. Need I explain why you need Chemlights with you? And for their size and weight, it's always good to have at least a couple. Now here's something I saw that really piqued my interest the more I thought about it. So this is a spool of just over 16 feet of twist wire, and it's very flexible but stiff wire that has a rubber coating on it that's very grippy. It's not slick at all. I mean, it's a really tacky rubber. You could use this for all kind of things. If you needed to make an emergency shelter and needed to get two poles to stay together, there you go. Wrap it around it, twist it, and you're done. Repairing gear, just all kind of stuff. You can cut it with a normal pair of scissors or a knife. All kind of ways that you could potentially use this, and it's only $4 for a 16-foot spool of it. Now, I'll probably take this off and spool it around something else a little more compact than this hard plastic that it's on, but still 16 feet of rubber coated wire. Lots of potential uses there for that, I do believe. Use your imagination. What's one thing that everyone should never be without? Paracord. You should always have paracord, okay? This is a regular 550 nylon braided cord. It comes in foliage, coyote, desert sand, olive drab, white, and black. This is the olive drab. A little bit dark for OD, but that's okay. It'll still serve the purpose. This is a 50-foot package of it for $4. So it's easy to have a little 50-foot roll of it stuffed away in your gear. Again, $4. They got all those different colors. Additionally, and I didn't get any, but you can also get it in a 100-foot roll for $8, a 300-foot roll for about $24, and a 100-foot roll for $65. So if you need lots of paracord, that's the 50 and 100 is probably pretty good buy in my book. So $5 and $8 for 50-foot or 100-foot. Another thing they've got, and before I go on, yes, I will check it out, make sure it's actually, you know, good 5-strand or 7-strand paracord, but it looks like it should be. It looks comparable to all my other mil-spec paracord, so we'll see. They've got some nice Kevlar trip line, but was out of stock and didn't have it when I ordered, so I've got that bookmarked to order as soon as I can, and whenever I can get that in, I will let you know. Another little tidbit here that you can find all kind of uses for, and again, we can do a whole video on all the details, but having a good carabiner on your pack or on your fighting gear is For some people, they'll say it's essential. Others, nice to have. I'm probably in the essential category because this is a nice aluminum climbing rated carabiner for 17 bucks. Why not? I've seen them a lot more expensive than this. This one is 7000 series aluminum and a very high strength rating, more than enough to handle human beings, that sort of thing. Again, could do a whole video on different uses for a carabiner, but for 17 bucks, and it's a nice flat dull color, it's not all shiny like a commercial one would be. There you go. Easy peasy. And last but not least, this is something that I wanted to try out just because, and it's just a little first aid kit that they sell for $3. And for $3 you get a wet wipe, you get a handful of Band-Aids, another wet wipes, 2 wet wipes, Band-Aids, you get some triple antibiotic, 2 alcohol pads, and 2 gauze pads. This is small enough that you can stick it in your gear. You could put that in a little GP pouch, and it's a resealable bag that it comes in, so you can zip lock it up. Put that somewhere in your gear, and you've always got some alcohol pads, wet wipes, Band-Aids, antibiotic with you. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm out doing stuff in the woods, even just working around the property, etc., I'm constantly getting cut, scratched, scraped, nicked by, thorny briars. We have a never-ending supply of those around these parts. If you go out in the woods here, there's like a 90% chance you're going to get scraped or cut or stuck with something. It just happens. For $3, at least you got something with you. You can put a little antibiotic on it, throw a Band-Aid over it, and keep it a little bit sealed up, covered up, and help mitigate those chances of infection. On a normal day-to-day basis, that's obviously a good thing. In a true crap hit the fan survival situation, that's going to be a huge thing, because as you should all know, those little cuts that get infected and you don't have antibiotics and stuff to treat with go septic, and then you die. So not a good thing. So anyway, $3 for that little job. It's nothing name brand per se, but I don't see why it shouldn't get the job done. So there you go. Just a little package of stuff that I got from 5 Star. I'll put a link to their main website down in the description box. Something you guys are interested in, check it out. Again, just little things that I find deals on like that I think are deals, and just nice little niche things to have that a lot of people might not think about keeping on hand or throwing in their gear and not break the bank in the process. So hope that might help some of you out. You guys stay safe, stay prepared, and I will talk to you later.